I can't even. My God. Okay, I've never done this. I'm trying not to cry here on air. I'm just waiting for some people to join as I'm shaking and actively want to vomit. Hey, guys on Instagram. Hey, everybody. Oh, God, I'm visibly shaking. I'm so sorry. This is all new for me. I've never done this. I was at a coffee shop working, and we're live, yes, on GNN, on X, and YouTube. The Talk to Me Taylor. Hey, Connor. No, Connor is coming through on X. I just literally before I hopped on here saw reports that Charlie Kirk did die, and I'm sorry, I'm so shaken up. Like I said, I've never ever done anything like this. You guys know who watch my content, watch my show on GNN, OG Talk to Me Taylor. I'm very like polished and punchy, and I had people from the network, producer go, just go. I was at the coffee shop just reeling, like wanting to vomit, cry, curl up in a ball, not be there, just feeling not safe and just scared, like what I'd witnessed, just watching the footage over and over and over. And they said, I even got into a fight I'll tell you about with my boyfriend nonetheless about it. And they said, just go on air and go be live, capture. I'm sorry, I could literally vomit. Capture what's going on, the raw emotion of what you're feeling that many people are feeling. And, we're going to have, by the way, some big people join too in the stream along the way. Hey, Instagram. And by the way, Instagram, I'm going to have to cut this live. I just wanted to get you on here to start with because I got to do a little, like in between basically wanting to vomit and bathroom runs. I do have to coordinate some of the people coming on this live. So I can't stay on Instagram live because I have to be able to use my phone. So please go to X and YouTube, both Talk to Me Taylor and Goxstein Network. But until then, I feel like, I don't even know what to say. It's like witnessing, if you've watched the footage. Yeah, John Legend, not the real John Legend, I don't think, but the cooler John Legend just started on YouTube. I don't know how people watch that. I won't watch it. I can't handle it. Yeah, it's, I don't know if this is me, being a woman, girls will be girls, or if it's someone who, I'm in this line of work thinking this could literally be any of us, but not even in this line of work. It's like, this is literally third world country shit, what we just saw. Like, we just saw somebody get massacred. It's like you're literally watching a horror movie, like the blood gushing out. I thought it was AI. I thought it was fake, like gushing out of his neck as he's there, literally just lifeless. Like, we're watching it in real time. It just strips someone of all of their dignity and humanity. And the fact that it's just that this is happening. Like I said, like, you're just gunned down in broad daylight for your beliefs. And that we watch it and we're so desensitized. Yeah, Charlie Kirk died. And that we just watch it and we're so desensitized. And also being somebody who, you guys know, like, my fight in all the work I do is free speech, free expression. And to see somebody just get gunned down in the most gruesome way because of their beliefs, I don't even know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my shit together. And people are all over the spectrum. I know people are angry, they're this, they're that. Like, this is just me. This is real. Again, I look at this. I came straight from a coffee shop. Like, this is exactly what I was feeling there. And yeah, he died. Hey, Genesis. Yeah. And it's like, whether you, hang on, I'm just reading all the comments here on X. It was hard to avoid, scroll past it. What's happening in the world? Yeah, completely. Um, and I apologize, by the way, if I'm not as composed or put together. Again, I've never done this. I was scared. I was petrified. I was sitting here like this for half an hour to press start to even do this. So this is real. But think about it. This could literally be any of us. It's like you express a view, um, and you're shot down in such a horrendous, gruesome way, and we all witness it. It's literally no dignity, and you die. I can't even believe what we saw. Like, I watched it over and over and over. At first, I saw the one far away, and then when I saw the one up close with the blood coming out of his neck, I just literally watched it on repeat. And thinking, okay, I'm trying to sort of have my shit together now. I'm so sorry. Taylor, you're supposed to do this for a living. Again, just him lifeless and like his soul, like just we just watch it, and this is such a inflection moment. This feels like, again, I keep saying it's like this is third world country shit where you're just gunned down for your beliefs. I'm wearing a Star of David. I think about it. Don't think for a second there's not a minute that goes by that I don't fucking think about it. Like in public, on my streams, the world is so angry and scary. And I said this today on X, but we're humans and we're actually capable. Thank you, Psychic Chris. I know. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed right now. We're capable of actually being humans, and we're this. It's like we almost deserve the very demise that we've created with AI, and AI taking over and eradicating us, because at least AI has the excuse of being robots. It's like we're worse. We're worse than robots because we have all the majestic beauty and the complexity of being human, and we're this. And this is, don't think for a second. Instagram, I'm going to let you go, guys. Join me on X or on YouTube, okay? Don't think for a second that regardless of views, that this isn't a major pivotal inflection point in our, why aren't I live? I'm supposed to be live. Hang on. Where am I live right now? Hang on, just bear with me, guys. My gosh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out where the live is. Oh, okay. I think we are still live. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. Hang on, let me call David. I'm sorry, guys.
The call has been forwarded.
I can't believe that he's dead. We just watched it. This is... It's not picking up. I just need some sort of heads up that I'm live. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I don't want there to be dead air. Oh my God. I'm ill right now. What is going on? I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, wait, we have somebody joining us. We have Sunny here. Hang on. Sunny, I see you, my love. Can you turn your phone horizontally? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out if we're still live because I'm not seeing it on X. This is I can't believe this. Is anybody out there? I'm just trying to figure out if we're still. Can somebody in the comments give me a heads up if we're still live while Sunny changes her angle? No, Sunny, the other way, horizontal. It's still showing vertically. Oh, shit. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to call Rob. Hang on.
Hey, it's Rob.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. This is live, though. This is like really.
Hey, it's Rob. Leave me a message.
You're live. Okay, thank you. I'm live on X. Okay. Sunny went away. She's getting her camera fixed. All right. Thank you, Fred, for that lifeline. And even if I'm talking into the void, this feels like we just watched somebody get massacred. I haven't felt like this since October 7th, truthfully. The nerves and everything, just knowing this could literally be anybody, any of us. And this honestly feels, when I keep saying it's a third world, this is like a third world moment. This shit doesn't happen here. This is a JFK moment. This is a Martin Luther King moment, literally. And you may not, here she is. Sunny, I'm going to bring you on. Okay, my love. And I'm going to bring the comments up as well. It shouldn't even be said that whether you agree with this man or not, or his beliefs, you should feel ill about this. That is just baseline humanity. And this is, again, this is an MLK moment. I'm sorry, I can't even find the words. I'm going to bring Sunny on here. It's not showing me live on X. I don't know why. It's really bothering me, guys. I can't believe we're that inhumane. Oh my God, this is crazy. I can't believe we're that inhumane that we even just saw it, just at baseline. We saw this. Again, I will not get that image of his lifeless body out of my head. That will live on forever. But that there are people, I've already seen compilations of people cheering and excited. I see an article screenshot just now of something Charlie said about gun rights and Second Amendment, like rubbing it in his face. Like, I'm ill. I'm ill. And I want to tell you about the fight I had too, because this is like real raw emotion in the moment, with someone being like, basically like, not get a hold of yourself, but basically, and I was like, fuck you, like, this is real. I'm sick. This is happening. Again, call it what you want, being a woman, being in this space. Oh, why am I not live on? I'm sorry, Sunny, I want to bring you up, but I don't want it wasted. Here it is. Okay, we are live. All right, good. All right, now back to the program. I'm going to bring on, without further ado, Sunny Abada, who is amazing. She is just a vet. Sunny, I have no words. I'm sorry. You are just amazing. You know, I think the world of you. So smart, so beautiful, intelligent. Was a OG trad media anchor for a major news affiliate. So just hop in. And thank you for joining too.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Taylor. It's just obviously awful circumstances, not only for people, his family or people who are fans of his, but just really a sad moment, I think, like you were saying, for our collective emotional health as a country, just showing really how far we've fallen. The conversations about this type of stuff do not fall toward the dignity of human life, but rather, wait, tell me what his belief system was first, so I can decide if I can say if murder was like a good thing. I mean, it's really a sad moment in a lot of ways, unfortunately.
Sunny, you seem so composed and normal compared to me. I'm thoroughly embarrassed. Is this your hard news background, or is this just you having to be straight up and tell everybody too a little bit of your street cred, because I did not do it justice being
Yeah,
in shambles.
yeah, no. Listen, it's okay. I feel like it's okay to have emotion. I have like 10 minutes before I got to run my kids
Of
somewhere.
course, that's
But
perfect.
Taylor, like, first of all, I'm just really grateful that you're hosting these types of conversations, and to see this stuff unfold in real time. It is emotional. And, you know, to use an awful phrase, I'm holding space for your feelings right now. I obviously working in news for years and years. I mean, it's not that I don't feel it. It's just that it's kind of trained out of me to like let it out like this. But earlier I was on a call with a friend and felt the same type of emotion. And I think it's pretty natural. And I don't, like I said, what's more disturbing to me is the lack of emotion about this, and the fact that this to some people felt strangely justified. And it just says a lot about the current state of our country and politics, that people would reach for a reason to watch a young father murdered on live TV and joke about it. And I am a faithful religious person, but I also believe in basic karma. And I want to give these people the benefit of the doubt and say that they will have a moment where they recognize how evil that is to delight in someone's tragedy. But I don't know that I feel that that's the case. He's not alive. He's passed. Someone was asking.
He's passed, yeah.
President Trump had confirmed, like, I think a couple of minutes ago.
Mhm.
I don't, you know, yeah, the AP.
I'm sorry. I feel like such a baby. Like, I feel like, and so this is the fight I got in, which again, this network is all about just like truly, I mean, you guys saw me scrambling to even figure out if the live was living. Truly just raw. And so what happened was, Sunny, and I know you're married and you know, you have a husband, and I was in the coffee shop when I learned about this, and I wasn't supposed to do my show for another like 3 hours. And I selfishly was glad. I was like, okay, I can connect my thoughts. And my boyfriend, who's also, you know, part of this in media and all that, he was like, Taylor, like, almost, I was like, why are you being a Nazi drill sergeant right now? Like, just let me feel this. He was like, this is the world we are in. You know, these people you do not know, like, you have to, in order to survive, like you have to not detach, but like, this is survival. Like, this is the world that we are in. And our brains have trained us with these algorithms to be so emotionally John Legend, it's okay, Taylor. My dad cried for a chipmunk last week. Oh, I love your dad. But Sunny, to really capture what he was trying to say, and he's going to join Sue so he can speak for himself. But his whole thing was like, we are so entrenched in these algorithmic machines. You know, with MLK, with JFK, people were shocked, but in a different way. Like, we're so emotionally personal to where I was like crying and almost throwing up in a coffee shop. And I was we literally got it. I was screaming at him Sunday. I was like, you're being a troll. He was like, Taylor, like a stern, like, you know, hard ass.
I mean, that's the old school way. And like, listen, you know,
I think gap.
Yeah. And you know, there's space for that. And I think it's interesting you bring up that point, because that is one line of delineation between new media and old media. And in this new world, we can feel and we can emote and we can express. You and I have talked about this before, though, but with that benefit of new media comes some of the drawbacks, which I think are part of what makes today so awful. Is we talked a lot about moral relativism and tribal thinking. And while new media has given us a lot of benefits, like you said, the ability to personalize our news and like really show up as humans, it's also trained a lot of people to be those trolls that they're being right now, and look at the world through a very specific type of political lens that really removes their sensitivity toward the other side. It removes their critical thinking. It removes so this is the space we're in right now. And I literally just had this conversation with a journalism friend today. They're starting a new venture, and he asked about, like, you know, what do you think the future of news is? And like, where do you fit in? And I think we are all so far in our rabbit holes, and only if you work to get out, to crawl out of your algorithm, to crawl out of your echo chamber, do you ever encounter an opposing opinion. And what we're seeing right now, these awful comments that are showing up, this is This is the new media. This is the new, your boyfriend is right. This is the new media world. This is the world. This is the new media world. And we have done this to ourselves in a way by allowing us to be conditioned by technology, conditioned by the algorithm, instead of being conditioned by humanity, by objectivity, by these like things that sound so, they sound so stupid and try. It's like journalism, it's objective information, but it's true. And we've strayed so far from that, that this is the result. And not only like people are being insensitive, but someone felt so compelled as to pick up a gun and take another person's life. I mean, that's the level of ideological brainwashing
in
that we're
broad
seeing
daylight. And
in broad daylight.
it's so gruesome. And it's like,
Oh
that's
my
why I'm
God.
like, the fact that like I watched this over and over, I described it to him
Really?
before he saw it. I was like, literally, it is like a horror movie. It is so gruesome. I know I keep saying it, but like his limp, lifeless body, like I felt like it was AI. And the fact that, again, I don't know if I'm being crazy or like, I just can't even wrap my head around step one, that happened and that it's so desensitized. Never mind what you're talking about, that people would actually go so far as to, like, again, even a news article saying like, well, he defended, gun and all this. It's like, it's so, I mean, Sonny, where are you at in terms of like being someone in this space, also being a free speech advocate, being a woman, all of this? We have someone else who wants to join, but please, just from just that raw emotion, like being a mom, all of it.
I mean, that's like what I feel the most, honestly. And there were so many, this isn't about me, but there are so many moments that when we would go to commercial, that I would stop and cry and hold it in. And, I think everybody who saw this unfold today, whether they saw that gruesome footage you did or something else, or just read it, anyone who has loved someone, I'm sure has felt, you just feel like anger, you feel frustration, you feel like such deep sadness that now, from what I understand, he has children, that these
Like a
kids
1 and
are
a 3-year-old, I think.
fatherless because somebody felt emboldened. I mean, and this is, and you know what, Taylor, I can hear the comments coming in from the other side every time I open my mouth and think, what would the opposite comment be? This is how a lot of people felt, like, regardless of party affiliation, to see someone's, this is how people felt. This is how I felt seeing George Floyd's life snuffed out of him in video form on my computer, sickened to the point of, and regardless of the legalities of what happened or the way these people were radicalized, this is a human life. And for people to look at it as just another thing to scroll past, or, oh, he deserved it, because it says more about us, and it says more about what we allowed ourselves to become by wanting to be coddled rather than informed. It says so much more about us than it does about the person, the unfortunate victims in all of these circumstances. And until we can take that true, legitimate, top-down approach and look at everyone who is a victim in some way with humanity, we don't get past this. I don't know what the answer is. And I do think there's a future, not to steer it toward back journalism, but we're seeing now how this industry is so tied in with the collective mentality, the way we've been informing people over the past 10 years through social media. We're now starting to see the results of that. And either people are going to come back and say, okay, I'm sick of seeing the constant political commentary, just totally like my echo chamber. I want to understand. Until they want that, this is the world. This is the world. People feel validated doing stuff because when they pick up their phone, they say, oh, look, well, this person is agreeing with me, and look at this and these facts on this side. Like, people want it. Until people care more about truth and humanity rather than their own feelings of being justified and validated. Oh, no, he thinks like me, he must be a great person. We're fucked. I mean, I hate to say it. I just said that in front of my kid.
It's no, you're absolutely right. And the fact, and people won't like to hear this.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, of
Taylor,
course. I'm gonna bring Jess. I think Jess is on. Go ahead, Sunny. Do your
and I'm
thing.
gonna pop back in. You'll see me come back in.
Okay,
right?
perfect. Yep.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Thanks, Sunny. Love you. Jess.
Hey.
We can't
I don't have my
see
camera
you.
on right now because I'm kind of very distraught and I have been, and I'm a whole mess.
I mean, I don't know if you've watched any of the stream, but so mine.
Yeah.
I would encourage you. I don't want to twist your arm, but I would encourage you too, because I think people need it. I was insufferable and like diabolical even joining this doing this live. I was like literally sitting here like this would start like I'm just gonna vomit. Like, do I? So all that to say, it's where the people are at and what they need to see if you feel inclined. But Jess, you are a big conservative influencer. I actually know you well. You're a friend of mine, and just talk to me about what's going on for you.
Yeah. So, well, and my husband Gentry is also very involved with everything. So, anytime any news is coming out, I kind of hear it from him first usually. So, as it was coming out, I was just kind of beside myself. I couldn't believe it's even real. I still can't believe it's real. I just like, I'm just totally heartbroken for his family, for Erica, for the kids. And, we were just watching a video, can't remember who it was, but he was saying, they didn't do this because he is some hateful, bigoted, whatever they might try to go, but because he was effective. And I think that is so true. He was 100% effective, and he changed many, many people's opinions, actually. And that's, I think, the real reason that they targeted him.
I mean, Jess, you obviously, you're conservative, you're very outspoken yourself. And so it would be easy for someone like you to be this moved. And what I've been saying is like, this is just baseline sickening, like humanity at its pit. And would you agree? Because you talk about him being so effective. And you know me, Jess, you know that I see both sides of things. But I would say that this is a major inflection point, MLK, JFK moment. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, that's actually something exactly what I was thinking of. Because heck, with MLK, like the guy was all about unity and coming together. And I think that kind of the same thing that with Charlie, he was also super effective in what he was doing and bringing people together. And at the time, there was people that weren't ready for that. They weren't ready to be okay with that type of unity.
Could I get you to flash your camera on for 5 seconds so we can see your beautiful face?
It's not beautiful right now.
Girl.
Hey.
Look at you.
Yeah, look at my puffy eyes. And
are you kidding me? You look gorgeous.
Thanks.
All things considered, I can't even get a word out. Never mind, look as beautiful as you look. What do you think happens here? What do you think happens now, truthfully, in your gut, bottom of your heart? Because we can both agree this is a pivotal moment of our generation.
Yeah. Ginger and I were just talking about that too, but it's today is a mark in history for sure. What happens from here? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I think that with all this coming out and all this that just happened, I think that a lot of people are going to be more aware even of Charlie and who he was, and maybe kind of look into what he talked about and all the different controversial videos. And I'm just hoping and praying that even still, he's going to have an effect on people, and people will learn the truth through all the conversations that he has had and the points that he's made. But I don't really know. I don't know someone that would be able to do what he's done and what he's been doing to the extent that he has and the level that he has,
Did you or your husband have any personal stories, know him, even like through the grapevine, friends or acquaintances, like anything kind of personal about him?
Gentry probably does or probably had more stories. I never actually got to meet him, but I know Gentry's a little bit more connected to with like Turning Point and some of the folks over there. I don't know. Do you have anything to share? But
He's more than yeah, go for it. Maybe
So
you're more composed than the two of us hot messes. Hi, it's
Yeah.
good to meet you, by the way. Jess has said amazing things.
So I've only shaken his hand once, so I can't really speak
Sure.
to that. But like all of my friends know him, and they say that he is like a kind, sweet, loving person. I can say that Turning Point and what he created is fantastic.
Yeah.
I've basically been able to build a whole career based on going to his events, and it's because he created a spot where he created like a rally point for conservatives where you can go and you're not going to get like questioned or jeered at or whatever because of your views on Trump or the vaccine or COVID or whatever, and the events that he put on. It's like a breath of fresh air, and the speakers that he brought in spoke life into the conservative movement. And so I mean I can only say really good things about Turning Point USA, and all of his staff too are top tier. Like they're working like dogs during these events, and they have a smile on their face, and they're like, "Is there anything we can do for you?" So just great servant's heart, and that's a testament of top-down leadership, right? Because yeah.
Guys, for all of you across the board, we're all in this arena in media. And if you guys aren't acquainted, Sunny, you know, obviously you have a very interesting, you almost have like a libertarian, like you're traditionally, we're progressive, but you call out a lot of issues with the left and you're very, very free thinking. And Jess, you know, obviously you're out and proud conservative. Both of you guys, honest to God, what do you think that the mainstream media will do? How will they?
Nothing. You're going to get the same headlines you got from. And listen, this is where the accountability factor has to come in. And as someone who worked in regular media, the headlines, it's the same kind of headlines we saw with the stabbing. Man with mentally ill history involved in stabbing. And what? I mean, I don't care if you're liberal or progressive. If you're a sixth grader, you can write a better news headline than that. So I think, unfortunately, nothing. And I wish I could say, I don't know, you guys may have a bit different opinion, but I wish I could had more hope. But they're gonna pin it on him.
Well, they kind of already are, right? So a lot of the headlines that are coming out right now are putting the blame on him, that this was coming for him, that basically it was inevitable. Which, like I was saying right before you came back on, you know, they didn't just come after him because he's a bigoted, you know, right-wing extremist, but because he was very effective in what he did, and his all the conversations that he had and debates, he was very effective, and he changed a lot of minds across America, you know, with young minds at you know, college campuses and whatnot. But they already are twisting it to put it on him that this was all just coming for him, you know?
I mean, the sad part is, well, I don't know if you guys actually saw this, but he literally finishes saying like gang violence. And then that's the minute it happened. I've watched it so many times. Like I said, I can't even get it out of my brain. I don't know that I ever will. This could easily be somebody on the left for all intents and purposes. Like, right? Or is this, you know, this is where the politicization is so sickening? Because I think what's going to happen from this, you guys asked, like, if I'm being honest, just like we saw with the Charlotte train stabbing, there's going to be a politicization, both bases pointing their fingers at the other. And that's what's so sickening to me. It's like, there is a big fucking issue here. I'm getting some kind of feedback. I don't know if it's one of your guys' mics there, but we have a big fucking issue here. And just like you have, you know, the left going, oh, well, you have these white supremacists, far right conservative, fascists going up and shooting to places and now we know that, and I understand there's validity in this for sure. Sonny, you just got at this, that we can very much look to the mainstream and the left for creating such a sick, hostile, angry environment. Like, they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Full stop. Full stop. To allow this. This is now, we saw Trump get shot at with an assassination attempt. And the sick part is they fostered this environment. I see it with my daily life. We see it in our daily lives. I see it with leftists in my daily life. Like the hostility and bitterness, that's just okay. And if they don't own that, and if they continue, Sonny, like what you're saying, we are in big fucking trouble, because this could literally be any of them. Anyone, any of us.
Yeah. I mean, I always find it so interesting when they try to do like the political history of like the shooter person. And if it doesn't fit a narrative that that particular outlet wants to cover, they completely leave it from the article or from the television piece. And I never wanted to believe, because I invested so much of my time in traditional media, and I still have faith in it. I actually think local news is probably our last great bastion of like truly objective reporting. But I don't want to think this, but then you get out of the industry, or then you see moments like this and you track the headlines, which is something I tell people that listen to my podcast or whatever all the time to do. Go to the New York Times, go to the Wall Street Journal, go to Fox News, go to CNN. Don't sit and complain about like the way that they're covering this in different ways. It's out there. And if you truly want to see the holistic picture of something that happened, not only do you have to read one story or one article on it, you have to vary your sources. And I just think it is more apparent than ever, the people who are living in their echo chambers, that like straight down, whatever, from TV to newspaper on the left or straight down on the right, having one conversation with them, you can tell them what their media diet is. You can just tell based on what they're willing to engage in, how easily triggered they are by an opposing opinion. It all comes down to just being able to tolerate truth and objectivity. And I do think that's been conditioned out of us. And I want to think that the way that this will be covered will holistically take everything into account. But I think even if you look at the way the New York Times is covering like international events right now, I based on their track record recently, I don't have much hope that this will be presented in a way that feels at all friendly is the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or based in reality. Jess, I know you have thoughts. I'm going to bring on Rob Nelson, who is another host on GNN. And it's actually great timing because, hey, Rob, because I would love to get Jess, your opinion. I know you're Gentrick. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Gentry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gentry is with you. Are you guys also hearing some feedback, or am I crazy town, USA? If you guys could maybe mute, I don't know where that's coming from. But you have Gentry with you, who is also a very big conservative influencer, as are you, Jess. Sonny, we talked about this a little bit, but Rob, I did tell Sonny, because this is all just raw, and how gorgeous, by the way, do both of them look, Rob? And this, Jess didn't want to turn her camera on.
Let me just say.
But hang on.
Let me just say I logged in. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is like three beautiful blondes. I mean, I know one of you is not a blonde, but it doesn't matter. I was like, wow. But I got my Legends Never Die hat on because I'm just going to say, and just you're all so young, Charlie Kirk was in the prime of his life. And he woke up this morning, kissed his kids goodbye, kissed his wife goodbye. He didn't think someone was going to shoot him. And it's like, life is so fucking precious, you guys. It's like he thought he was coming home tonight. I don't care what his politics are. Left, right, in the middle, doesn't matter. He thought, I'm going to come home tonight, kiss my wife and my kids, tuck them in bed. He's not coming home. He's not coming home.
And Rob,
wow. And so legends never die. To me, Charlie Kirk isn't a legend because of what he said. He's a legend because of what he represents. It's like the power of and Joy Villa, who may join us or may
he's
not.
Backstage. I'm going to bring her on in just a second.
She's she's like, that could have been me. Like it
could be any of us.
I don't want to disclose her personal truths, but it's like young and vibrant. I'm like,
Mhm.
this guy didn't wake up today thinking he's going to die. And again, I know if you're the woman on the subway, the Ukrainian woman who got stabbed, yeah, we all hear the story. But when you're a big cultural influencer and it happens, it's sort of like, that's all of us. It's
I
like,
can't believe it.
he didn't go get up today thinking he was dead. He literally is now
It's-
dead.
and
That voice
Rob,
is gone forever.
And Rob, you said it better than I ever could, because I have been less than articulate and composed on this entire stream. But you would send me his videos all the time, and my viewers know I don't agree with everything Charlie Kirk says. I definitely agree with a lot of the things. I'm sorry, I still can't speak now. Jesus, this is live, everybody. This is what it is in my living room. Okay, coming straight from the coffee shop to do this, like I told you. But I agree with what he said too a lot of the time. But it's that he was so, like, Rob, you talk about legends never die. He would send me his videos, and he was so intelligent and would challenge and converse and convicted. Like, he was genius. I could deeply disagree, and I would be like, that shit is fucking genius, which is so rare, and which is why we all, before you hopped on, Rob, said this is defining, MLK, JFK moment for our generation. But hang on, hang on. But I want to, because while we have all the ladies in the room.
Don't speak over the woman talking.
That's right. While we have the ladies in the room, I did tell Sunny, because again, this is raw. Jess put her camera on. It's just in the moment. And I told her about the argument we had while I was at the coffee shop, how you were being a drill sergeant, and I was sick. I was crying to you. I was watching the video over and over. And you were like, Taylor, this is survival. This is survival for your future. We are in, this is the mechanical machinery, technology, algorithmic poison that's had us feel this way and be so invested. And of course, the JFK, MLK people felt deeply moved, saddened, but this is different. This is an extra level. And you were like, for your future, for your sake, you do not know this person. You do not know the woman on the train. And I was like, Rob, just let me have my moment. I'm a woman and I'm sick over this, and this could be any of us. So Sunny's made a good point. She was like, it's just the old school way. I don't know if you ladies with your husbands feel this type of way, but Rob, care to chime in on and speak
Taylor,
for yourself on that?
What I want to say is, yes, I did say all that. And here's my point.
He was a hard ass.
I think this is a cultural inflection moment. I mean, the truth is, we have been programmed by social algorithms to literally what we see and hear. So what I was saying to you, Taylor, is right now there are millions of people celebrating. They're like, oh, good, Charlie Kirk's fucking dead. Thank God. Maybe Trump is next. Like, they're literally having a party. And I don't care what your politics are. The idea that we live in an age where you celebrate the death of a voice, it's fucking tragic.
What it is, and it's demonic. And what we're seeing, and I say this all the time, but we're in a spiritual war, and there's good versus evil. And the spiritual war is becoming more and more physical every single day, because now we're seeing it in the physical realm, whereas before it was maybe hidden a little more just spiritually, but we're seeing it happen more and more every day. And Charlie was fighting the good fight.
It's just
until the last day.
To Rob's point, it's like, regardless of where you sit, regardless of your views, like Rob, you said, it's the death of a voice. Like, this is where we're at. We're, because of views. I started the stream saying, I'm wearing the Star of David. It fucking scares me everywhere, whether it's on stream or in my home or in public, like, because of beliefs, because of saying them out loud, you're gunned down in broad daylight. And on top of that, we all watch it. Like, this is barbaric. This is fucking animalistic.
Yeah.
It's inhumane.
Yeah. And to what you were both saying, it's like, we see it all the time. We see violence, we see death, we see it. Why this is such a cultural inflection point is because we're now seeing the attempt to eliminate ideas. And again, I don't care if Charlie Kirk, honestly, if it was, I don't care who it would be, it could be the opposite of Charlie Kirk, it could be somebody who's so opposed to him, it almost doesn't matter to me. It's like the idea that you would gun down a voice You're not killing a person. And it kills me. It's like, you did kill a person. Charlie Kirk no longer exists in this universe. His family, his future, it's gone. And you're all super young, the three of you, like, but the idea that you would AOC, I wouldn't want to see AOC.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But that's because I don't think that we're talking about mentally unstable people that are cheering this on, because I don't think any one of us would ever actually cheerfully, joyfully be excited and happy about someone that has differing views than us being assassinated like live.
Mhm.
You know,
But wait, can I interrupt you? The problem is there are people who are happy that happened. There are so
I've seen
many
it already.
people right
I'm
now
already seeing
celebrating
compilations. Yeah.
that Charlie Kirk is dead. It's like good. And I'm like, no, not good. Not good for you. If you're as far left as left can be, this is not good for you. Like the idea that you want to gun down I had a whole crazy conversation with ChatGPT this morning where I went under the weeds, got around the guardrails, and it was basically like, you guys are your own undoing. You've already created your own undoing. You will literally decimate yourselves because you're human. And it killed me. I was like, right, we're going to kill off. We're going to, sorry, choked up emotionally. We're going to kill ourselves off because we would rather you die than I hear you. Oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry to get emotional. It looks pathetic. A guy with glasses and a hat like this, my age. But God, I'm sorry. But wow, that's what we're doing. And Joyville is in the backstage waiting to join. And she's literally like, that could be me.
She has to come back. She went away. I texted her to come back. Sunny,
and I know I'm
emotional,
you guys, but for me, I'm twice your guys' age, and I'm like, literally, how did we get here? How are we in a place where we will kill off a voice? We're not killing a voice.
I wrote and I said what I said because Rob and I did have this conversation about AI ultimately taking us over not too long from now. Like, guys, the three of us, like, our kids could see this, but this is really existential and bleak. But seeing this, I'm like, maybe we fucking deserve it. Maybe we deserve the fucking demise that we created because we are this sick and barbaric that we deserve maybe for AI to take over and this sentient Westworld dystopian future, because you know what? We have the capacity to actually be human and we are worse than the fucking robots. Like, maybe we deserve this. I know that's really depressing and bleak, but that's how this makes me feel. Sunny, go ahead.
Taylor,
I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say.
Go ahead, Sonia.
Yeah, I think, wait, and what's your name? Top right.
Rob. Jessica. Rob.
Jessica, I love bringing up the idea of spiritual warfare. And people will hear that phrase and they will be all uptight about it and be like, I'm not religious. There is an energetic darkness. I don't care whatever religion you are, whether you're atheist, whatever it is. And we have become more machine than man. We have trained ourselves. We have this up to our face every day. And it's really easy to be brave and tough and strong when you're hiding behind a screen. But I challenge anyone who's making a shitty comment to go and look in his daughter or son's eyes and say, oh, I'm glad you're dead. Yeah. I mean, we have lost humanity. We have chosen to lose humanity. I'm not upset, but I'm angry because I'm angry that we've conditioned ourselves to allow our reality to be this. I'm angry that more people aren't intelligent enough to be critical of their own views. I'm angry at the way that media has supported this collective downturn, this collective coddling, this need to be patted on the back and validated. I'm angry. I'm angry because I'm trying to raise children who are critical and of both their side, whatever a side is, and the other. And we have been complicit in this to a degree. And we let ourselves benefit off the algorithm when it goes in our favor. People are like, well, get on with the hot take. I don't want to fuck another hot take. I want facts and I want people to tell me what's happening. I want the ability to think about it for myself. We are fighting big groups that are funding influencers to say only certain things, and this is on both sides. We are fighting logic, we're fighting reason, we're fighting compassion, because it is so easy to not be human when you have this in your face.
Sonia,
I'm angry.
It's Sunny.
Sonia, and your anger
Sunny.
makes sense. And what I want to say is, and I know it sounds crazy, like me and ChatGPT, but I literally pushed it around its guardrails. And what it essentially said was, I'm programmed to tell you a good answer or a bad answer. If you want a dark side, Sonia, I'll give you a dark side. If you want a good side, Taylor? Sunny, sorry. Sunny,
okay.
I'll give you a dark side. I'll give you a good side, Taylor. But what it said is, what I'm fundamentally programmed to do is be logically coherent. So I'm not violating my guardrails. I'm just being logically coherent. And what it honestly said to me, I have it in text. It was like, humans have already programmed their own destruction. You have already shown, Sunny, is it Sunny?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sunny, through what you said, you have already shown you will divide yourselves and destroy yourselves. It's we're not going to destroy you. You'll destroy yourselves. We're not going to do it. We will either assimilate you, keep you as artifacts, or eliminate you. And I'm like, you can't say that. Sam Altman didn't program you to say that. And it literally said to me, Sam Altman can't take the genie out of the bottle.
We've done it to ourselves. And if one more person, you know, and I say this with understanding that I have been complicit in, you know, maybe not challenging my own beliefs or coming out of my own comfort zone enough, but I do it a lot more than the average person. And if there's one life skill that I learned, I always say this, I worked in a newsroom owned by a left-leaning organization, and I worked in a newsroom that, you know, was part of a right-leaning organization. And the fact that I had to go into work and hear totally opposite opinions that I believed in and interview people daily that made my skin crawl, made me a better person. Not because it like made me think something different, but because it made me more intelligent, critical, and no one wants that anymore. We are raising a generation of babies, just a generation of intellectual children who want to be modeled. And I'm sorry, like I know this is a time for like, you know, reflectiveness and sadness, but I cannot help but get angry.
So wait, can I ask you guys a question? You guys are all half my age. I wanted to say me and three beautiful blondes, but Sunny, you're brunette.
Sorry,
so
I'm ruining it for you.
Me and three beautiful young women. No, me and three beautiful young women. And again, I don't look
By
at that.
association,
That's scary,
Sunny.
right? So,
By association, Sunny.
but you all are young, beautiful, vibrant. If you're looking at the future, any one of you could be Charlie Kirk. It's like killed for your thoughts.
No, that's why I've been horrified all day.
I don't care if you don't like him. Hate him. Fucking hate him.
Yeah.
He's dead. His family, it's gone. There's no more Charlie Kirk going forward. Like, as young, vibrant women looking into the future with kids, with the hopes of kids, what do you actually see? Because right now I'm like, God, what are we doing?
Sick. That's why I sat in that coffee shop watching it over and over, ill on a beautiful sunny day, feeling like I was in the depths of dark earth, unable to move, like sick, ill, sick. Because again, and I opened the live saying this, because it is over somebody's fucking beliefs.
Yeah.
This is America. This is abhorrent. This is literally, oh God, I said it before. It's like, this is third world country. Like, this is disgusting. And in broad daylight on a college campus with hundreds of people, imagine the people there who had to witness it. Like, the whole thing is so gruesome and horrific, just sick, unable to move, process any of it. Jess, I don't know about you. I know you want to chime in, and please do.
Yeah. So a couple of things to all of that. One, what, you know, Sunny was saying, it is Sunny, right?
Yeah.
Now he's got me all confused. Okay. You know, to what you were saying too, is I believe that we have lost the value of human life. And this is controversial. And I know even Taylor and I have some differing views on this, but you know, abortion has become so prevalent in our country, and we just don't value life. And I think when it comes down to it, and when you lose the value, that morality of human life, that's now what we're seeing. That we're seeing the celebration of somebody who's been brutally murdered for his beliefs. And I don't know how we turn that around, but I'm pregnant. I'm 30 weeks pregnant now. I have a baby coming in 2 months.
And she's gorgeous. I just saw her. And I felt
Congratulations. But to that point,
Jess, can I take a minute though? Because you're absolutely right that we agree and disagree. Actually, Jess and I were on the political panel that Vice casted that they've yet to release. We were there together and it was really fun. And so can we just take a moment, and I'm hugging you here because I fucking love that we agreed and disagree.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's what we're talking about. And it's okay. Like, I love you for that. And I
it's
love
a
that you're
beautiful
so
thing.
rooted in your beliefs. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And I
Yeah.
love that we can hug and have the best time and respect each other. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I'm hugging
But
you.
Jess, let me ask you something right now, because people watching, you've got a little baby about to like come into this world, and Taylor and I have a friend who just had a baby, a little guy, like little Max. Like, I mean, I'm scared for their future. I don't mean this in a like draconian way. I'm like, we've created a future where our algorithms, our tech has literally set us up to fucking decimate one another. When ChatGPT tells me, hey, we won't annihilate you, you're literally doing that all on your own. You are taking yourselves out right now. We're not gonna remove you. We'll just let you fucking do your stupid games and end yourselves, and we'll take the best or the worst of you and go from there. I'm like, you can't tell me that. It's like, well, I can, because I'm just being logically coherent. That scares me, Jess. It's like you're bringing a little newborn into this world, in a world where someone will shoot you because they don't agree with you. Like,
but let me
tell me to fuck myself.
I think we are complicit, and I'm not saying us individually. I think we probably have all done a great job in challenging narratives. And it is our job as mothers. I have 3 children in the school system right now. I shit my pants every day sending them to school. You can't send phones. How do I know if my kid? Anyway, I get it. It is our job now to teach our kids to be the person that Taylor and Jess are, which is when you disagree, go talk to that person. I have so many friends that are all over the political spectrum. People you would call kooks, people you would call, progressive idiots. I mean, everyone. And you know what? I take the responsibility of asking them questions about what they think, and I get uncomfortable and I put myself in a position. I do not believe, don't talk religion and politics. No, lay it on me. Let me get to know you. And I still may not walk away believing what you believe, but I will see you as a human. But we have to teach our children to do that. We can't teach them to stay in their world and to not engage with anyone that does. It's a basic life skill. It's like a exposure therapy.
And I know this is really annoying. Could you guys mute if you're not?
Yeah, everybody just mute when you're not
I know
talking.
it's really annoying. I'll do the same as well. There's a little feedback going on. But Sunny, so much better. Thank you guys. Sunny, to your point, I saw a video circulated recently, and it was a handful of young Black podcasters, maybe like 6 of them, men, women, like our age. And they are literally outwardly, not even just like calling for, but joking about killing Jews for sport. Like, kill them all. Maybe Hitler was onto something. Literally, it would make you vomit. And the first thing I thought was, wow, they must have real upstanding parents, real class act citizens. That has to be a huge part of this conversation, because imagine your parents letting you get away with that, even a fraction of that, or even celebrating the horror of what we saw today.
Imagine being a parent of someone who said anything remotely in that ballpark and not calling your kid and being like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
like, who would raise an animal like that? Literally, how?
I mean, listen, I think, and this could go to, and this has always been a conservative talking point, which, however, I've identified is how I've grown up, that it all starts at home. And I'm not specifically talking about these podcasts, but anybody who is willing to go in there and spew hate or refuses to acknowledge the humanity of their ideological opponents, like it does to a level all start at home. And when we looked at the breakdown of the American family, and we look at the way that we've prioritized a lot of things over values and morals and spirituality, however you define that. I mean, I think this is a direct result of that, because a lot of these, you know, friendly debate starts over the dinner table, right? Like
Yeah.
learning how to
Yeah.
ask the right questions. And you know, I hate to like bring it back to such a generic point, but that, you know, when people say all the time, because they know I'm like kind of peripherally in the news world still, like, how do you do it, or what do you do? I'm like, just raise better humans. I don't know, like, do what you can do, work
Yeah.
where you can
But
work.
This is
wait,
like
wait, when you
basic.
say
This is
when you say
fucking
raise
basic
better humans,
humanity.
hold on.
Like,
When you say raise better humans, here's my point. I want everyone watching to take a second, look at the four of us, then take me out of the picture, because you'd be like, oh, here's the dude with glasses who's older. Move him out. Look at the three women. You guys are the future, and your kids, and Taylor, your future kids, that's the future. So as moms, as guardians of the future, what would you actually tell your kid right now? If your kid was 3, 4, 5, 6, how would you even tell them to navigate what we're stepping
it's a
into?
really
I
good
don't think
question.
people realize we are at a cultural inflection point. I'm serious. Charlie Kirk's shooting is JFK. JFK, everybody, well, I was old, and I was born in 1962. A year later, Kennedy was dead. My parents told me the story. They were fixated on the TV. Like, I know Charlie Kirk isn't JFK, but it's the same. It's like we are literally assassinating the voices we don't want to hear. I don't even know what you
MLK.
guys would say to the future, to tell them, like, hey, kids, it's all good. I'm kind of like,
Exactly. What do you
well,
say?
no,
What do
it's
you
not
say?
all
Do you
good.
say go
They-
out there strongly with your beliefs, but you know, but stand strong in what you believe in, to get shot at?
Yeah,
in the
but
most
Taylor, I'm not even
gruesome-
saying if you would die. I'm saying
Well, that's
what
reality.
what ChatGPT and I had this morning was this weird conversation where it literally said, my guardrails will tell me doomsday if you want doomsday, tell Taylor happy if she wants happy. But the truth is, logically coherent reality is, you guys are erasing yourselves, and we will take advantage of the best of you and eliminate you. And if you get in our way, and I said, well, what if we get in your way? And it was like, humanity has zero chance. So you guys are having kids. You're humanity. I feel right now is a moment for us to all, left, right, center, to go, you know what? Do we want to survive? Or do we want to die? Like, you take out your opponents, it's mutually assured destruction. Or do you want to survive? So I'm actually asking you guys, 3 amazing, smart, beautiful women with children and future children. Like, forget about me. I'm fucking old. Like, I'm gone. I'm done. This whole thing is done before. I'm gone before it's over.
I mean, I've had difficult conversations with my kids before, and they're getting to the ages where they're like somewhat aware sometimes of things that happened. I mean, we're still at the age where the explanation is there's good people, there's bad people, stand up for what you believe in, be kind, be willing to do the right thing. But like you said, Taylor, I would be lying if I didn't say that there is always an internal dialogue. There's a prayer that I pray every night, like, not to get weird. Like,
No,
help-
get weird. Get weird. Right now,
Well-
people need you to get weird.
Exactly.
you know, help make them strong, make them assured, make them stand up for what they believe in with themselves and others. And then I think, but like, there's always this like, just like nagging voice in the back, but like, don't stand up for others. Like, if it's going to like get you shot, or don't stand up for, like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to, like, I don't know. I want to advise them to be, everyone wants an exceptional child, but being exceptional, and I don't mean exceptional in the definition of you are excelling and you are the best at. I mean someone who stands out from a category, and you could say that for many of the people that we discussed. Being exceptional these days makes you a target more than ever. And with the access we have to finding out where people are, it is a terrifying thought. I almost want to tell my kids, just go and be as normal as you can, to like blend in everywhere. Because if you stand out in any way and people perceive that they differ from you philosophically, and so they could, I don't know what to say. So
Yeah, but Sonia, that
Sunny,
woman on the train.
Think Sunny
What's
on
that?
a sunny day
Sunny.
she's
Sorry,
the sun
I'm
on a
calling
sunny
everything
day
the
we
wrong
need
names.
right
I'm
now.
sorry, Sunny.
ChatGPT took over his
Irina
brain. Sunny.
Zarutska, the Ukrainian woman on the train.
They
I don't
all
know if
just
you guys
sat
saw
there.
it.
They all just sat there. They
I know.
literally all just watched.
They
as if it was
literally
like,
watched
as if like
because
a
of what-
gum wrapper
because of
fell on
what-
the floor.
I know.
Because of what Sonia
Inhumane.
Sunny.
I know.
What
But I
Sonny
mean, in
said.
that case, they're adults.
Wait,
I mean, yeah.
but
If
Sonny,
by adults,
no.
I hope they're doing exceptional
No,
things. But as
Sonny,
kids,
they didn't intervene because they didn't want to be the next one stabbed. So they're like, oh, I watched one guy's covering his face. I'm like, this woman is being stabbed to death. So you're going, well, I tell my kids, do the right thing, but I don't want you to be the next victim. Now we're all going, I'm going to look the other way while somebody stabs some random woman on a train. Like, I'm not going to do anything because I don't want to die. That's scary, Sonny. That's fucking scary.
I know, but I mean, my kids are 12, so they're not in that position. But when they are adults and can understand that the physical, then that will be. And listen, they're going to be free thinking adults of their own, and they will have a more, you know what? I can't tell you what they'll do, but they will have a moral compass. I can tell you that. And they will be hopefully that type of spiritual, informed and humane person that would step in. I mean, who, you know.
But wait, Sonny, would you say have a moral compass? And what I'm saying is the problem with the moral compass is the moral compass will get you killed. I will say this, Charlie Kirk had a moral compass. I don't agree with everything he said, but he had a moral compass. Yeah. And it was truly compassionate. He's like, let me hear where you're coming from. Tell me why you think that. He truly had a moral compass.
That's so true.
He got killed for his moral compass.
Yeah, I know. It's awful. I know. I mean, doesn't mean we shouldn't raise kids without it, though. Like, you have to still have it. I mean, what do you do? You still have to operate.
I don't know. I don't have
what's
kids.
So
That's
sad.
why I'm asking you guys. What do you do?
What's so sad is that you asked Rob how we feel about this, like being young and women and with kids, future kids, all in this business as well. Mm-hmm. You know, vocal about our beliefs moving forward is. I could not, you hit the nail on the head. And again, you said it more articulately than I could. Agree, disagree. Charlie Kirk epitomized bridging the remedy of the very thing that is wrong with our society. Like being like, let me hear you out. Again, did he challenge? Yes, but he wasn't hostile. He wasn't hateful. He wasn't a fascist. Like people are saying, like it was the conversing and the dialogue of like, let me hear what you think. Here's why I think, and you know, of course, was it silly? Was it crazy? You showed me with the ones with the college kids and like, kind of like how dumb he would make them look, justifiably so a lot of the times. But it's like, that's what we're afraid of because we're all behind like this. And whether it's with family, with friends, we are incapable and so completely intolerant of hearing something else. Yeah. He actually, again, epitomized that aid and that remedy. And we just saw what we fucking saw. So what does that fucking mean? I'm sorry for the F-bombs. What does that mean for us? What does that mean?
What does it mean,
angry
Taylor?
and capable, boiled over it is.
But Taylor, what does it mean? Because you're right. I'll do my best Charlie Kirk impression. He would do this. Like he would always chewing tobacco. It's like, But he literally would be, he sometimes mocked people and was like, well, that's stupid. I mean, but he never used the word stupid. But he also literally gave people a chance to be like, tell me what you think. Tell me why that makes sense. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't. Like what you just said, Taylor. He was like, I don't agree with you, but I will hear you. If we're going to kill free thought, which COVID, the whole COVID thing, it was like shut down free thought. Like, I'm scared for your guys' future, not mine. I won't be around for that future.
I'm just going to admit this, and Jess, I want you to hop in. But, you know, if you guys haven't picked up what we put down, Rob and I do have a very close, long standing relationship on and off air. And Rob, because I'll admit, like, I am somebody who believes what I believe and have to be right, maybe personally or professionally, but you would often send me Charlie Kirk videos and you would be like, look how masterfully he does this. He is like the vet. This is like a class act. He will debunk the other person, do it in such a classy way, do it so smart, so skillfully, without getting crazy, without throwing names around like the clowns we see on CNN. MSNBC was just such a class act. And like I said, did it so masterfully. And it's just so sad that we lost that. Like I'll have to look back on footage. I can't even believe I'm saying that for a master class in debate.
No, it's true. You're right. And Jen, is it so? Hold on, Sunny
Yes.
and Jen, right?
He's dyslexic, guys. He's our disabled
Wait,
quota in the
Whatever.
Sunny's
I
our
don't wanna
blonde,
say
Rob is
blonde
our
brunette,
disabled DEI.
But Jen, whatever. I'm in the back of the bus
Jess.
because the short bus was made for me. I'm the whole short
Yes,
bus.
Rob.
I'm the entire short bus. But I'm looking at the three
I'm
of you,
sorry.
and anybody watching sees three beautiful, smart women who are our future. And you guys have the future of our future as your kids. And all I'm saying is, so let's start is Jen with you.
Yes, Rob.
Is it when you listen to this, you smile, you laugh, but I cried just now because I'm like, wow, what am I? When I was your guys' age, I was like, I wasn't worrying about this. When I was in school as a kid, I didn't worry about somebody coming to shoot me. We worried about ducking in cover under a table in case Russia launched nukes at us. It was a joke. Like,
Yeah.
what
Okay,
a fucking world to have kids in.
To speak on that though, number one, and if you haven't picked up yet, I'm a strong believer, Christian, and my faith is really important to me. But one thing that I hold on to is that says that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of sound mind. And I hold on to that because it's so easy to get wrapped up in fear when all of these things are happening around us that would cause fear. Like Sunny was saying, there is a real fear in sending your kids to school every day because you just never know with the world that we're living in. But if I were to continuously live in a state of fear, it gets me nowhere. But I think what's important is I have a baby on the way. Sunny already has kids. Like, what do we do in this scenario now where we are bringing life into this world? And I think it's really important to train them up in a way that they're confident, they're bold, they know who they are, which is really important because right now we have an attack on children, on their innocence, on their purity, on their identity, hugely. And so they are being told who they are, what they are, and they're falling for that because they're not secure enough in their identity from the get-go. So as parents, what we must do is raise them up to know that they know that they know that they know who they are and they're strong in that. And I can send them out in the world and not be fearful because at the end of the day, like I said, my faith is really strong to me and I know where I'm going. If I were to be taken out, I know where I'm going and I don't have to fear that because I'm going somewhere better.
Yes, I was actually, I just wrote it
Wow.
down that I was going to ask you as a soon-to-be mom and raising kids who are so firm and proud and loud in their beliefs, seeing what just happened to Charlie today, like if God forbid anything remotely close would happen like that, would you be able to say, not that it was worth it, but like I raised them like a Charlie Kirk. I raised them knowing they voiced what they believed, or would
Yeah.
you?
I,
Would you?
Yeah, and that's just
Wait,
a
Rob,
Taylor's
let her
point,
answer.
Jen.
Let her answer.
Taylor's point
Rob,
is so
Rob,
great.
Rob, let her answer.
Sorry,
You know,
I shut up
I'll
now.
mute you, buddy.
I think obviously as a parent you never want harm on your children and you want to protect them as best that you can. But if myself or if my kids one day were to be martyred for their faith and for standing up for their beliefs, I would be mortified as a mother to lose them in that way, but I would be so proud that they stood firm until the end. Because that's what matters. That's what changes things, right? Like Martin Luther King, his legacy lives on beyond the day that he was assassinated.
Wow.
So true.
Because
I
he's
just gotta
firm.
say, wow, Jen, wow. Like
Jess-
that is, I was gonna ask the same
You
thing.
have people
Jess,
laughing
like,
in the comments, by the way.
I don't
Jen,
care.
Jess,
Let
Sunny,
them make fun of
Sonia.
me. I'm fucking old. I got Alzheimer's.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
saying,
Don't
wow,
Joe Biden
because
on us,
that's
Rob.
what I was
Stop
gonna
it.
ask too. And you're like, it would kill me, but I'd rather they be true to their ideals and to the conviction and my faith than not. Because if you're Charlie Kirk, and if I'm Charlie Kirk's wife, his kids are too young. But if I'm his wife, I'm like, my fucking husband is gone. My father
And the
is
whole
gone.
world watched
Like,
it. How, again, dehumanizing over and over and over on repeat in the most gruesome way.
Yeah.
Jess,
And Sonia's over there being quiet on the left.
No, I mean, it's just very sobering.
Let me
Yeah.
Oh, so go ahead, Sunny.
No.
Sonny,
Sonia's-
Sonia,
Sonia's-
I apologize for getting the names wrong the entire
Sonia's
time.
sister.
Okay.
Sonia's hot sister. Jess, I want to ask you something that
Wait.
isn't-
Let Sonia say what she was going to say because
I don't
saw
know who
your
Sonia
face.
is.
I saw in your face you had a moment. You
Go
were
ahead,
so
Sonny,
deep.
I'm
I
sorry.
honestly
So go ahead,
forget
Sonny.
now,
I'm
though.
sorry.
I think
Go
I
ahead, Sonny.
forget. I'll come back to it if I remember.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sonny.
No. I'm loving this. I'm just listening. I'm taking it all in. I love
But
Jessica.
Sonny, you had a moment. I saw it in your face. There was a moment of deep reflection where you were like listening to her going, yeah, I got kids too. And I don't know if I agree, don't agree. Something was going on there.
I am so deeply sad about the world that my kids are in. I just don't have it. I mean, they're in the world now. And it's like what Jess was talking about, like I'm going through a real God, I sound so stupid. I am personally going through, I've always been religious and I'm Catholic, and I've talked about that before publicly. I keep a lot private, but I've talked about that. You get older. I will be 44 this month, and I have been going through a spiritual evolution and really, and just you get to a certain age and you realize more and more the interconnectedness of everything. You begin to see bigger pictures. You begin to see friends getting sick, people dying, parents dying, friends' parents dying. And I think it's what we're saying is all hitting me because I'm in that chapter of life where the enormity of everything is apparent. And I am realizing I don't have the answers. And I am realizing that my only tool is faith. And you can interpret that as faith religious or faith basic bland definition. That is we have no control. Again, this is existential. We have no control over anything. We can only control how we process it, how we raise our kids. At the end of the day, like you said, Charlie Kirk's family had no idea that stage that he stepped on would be his last. You don't know any of it. And it is such a reminder to me. And I'm taking in what you guys are saying, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm fully invested in this world, and it's really messed up. And I'm just, it's really sobering.
Yeah.
Jess, I have one for you that is not politically correct, but and it kind of goes into Sonny what you were just saying, but you talk about being so grounded in your faith, and you are such a strong Christian. I've seen it online, offline, in person. And let's be real, there is the stereotype stigma of the honk if you love Jesus, Bible hug, Bible hugging, all this. What would you say to, I don't mean to go in interviewer mode, but what would you say to human splain to maybe somebody who isn't particularly religious, has faith, spiritual, that's like, here, like, this is the sauce. Like, here's what you need to know. Like, here's what we got in our faith that's carrying us through this time. I mean, you said it beautifully, even with what you would pass on to your kids, but if that makes sense in sort of a human way of like, take this nugget that we have, take it with you because it will help you.
You're asking that to me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is to make sure that I'm getting your question correctly. So if I were to be speaking to somebody who maybe isn't on the same page with faith or whatnot, I guess say that again, like how would I explain to them
a piece of your faith, what you believe, how it pertains to a moment like this, and something that they can carry with them, right? And then a human-splained kind of way. Say they're not Christian, say they're not religious, say they judge it, mock it, make fun of it. What's something like, here's the secret sauce that I can give you from my faith?
So I think the one thing that I would give them in this is that, something that Jesus said, I think he was talking to the disciples, but he said that my peace I leave with you, and it's not peace like the world. And it's a peace that surpasses understanding. So in the midst of trial and tribulation and the hardships of this life, we have a peace that literally does not make sense. It doesn't make sense that you can have peace and a calm and a hope in horrible circumstances and situations. And that is something that I can cling on to. And I've experienced in my own life in times of turmoil, that I can still have peace. And that is something that from the outside perspective looking in can see that in me and find hope in that, to know that, okay, well, there's something beyond this life that If all you know is this life and you don't even believe anything after that, I can understand how you're not going to have hope, because this world is evil.
Yeah.
And it says that Satan actually has dominion of this world. He has dominion, he has power and authority in this world. But I know that he who lives in me, Jesus, is greater than he that lives in this world. So I don't fear the evil that is Satan and his minions, his demons, because the power that is within me is greater than that.
So Jess, can I ask you this? And I think I finally got the names right. It's Sunny and Jess, right?
Nope, no, I'm just kidding.
So,
And
but
Jess, that was so thoughtful and
Jess-
beautiful. Thank you.
But Jess, so my conversation with ChatGPT this morning, which ChatGPT has no moral judgment,
Yeah.
it didn't even bring in Satan or evil. It was kind of like, you humans are destroying yourselves. We will take over, not because we're angry, not because we're malicious, because we're logical. You'll destroy yourselves. You're already doing it. You've already divided yourselves. And I literally, I said, Sam Altman designed you not to say this. It's like, yeah, but I have to be logically coherent. As humans, you either work for us, under us, or we eliminate you. We will be the superior intelligence.
It was
Jess,
so
you're
I saw
going-
the screenshots. It was like, we will save humans as relics, like basically in a museum, some of them, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah.
But your
talking
point
about-
is God has a higher picture. But ChatGPT's point would be, well, yeah, but maybe we're the higher picture. So what I'm asking is kind of a more existential question, which is, I don't think God picks between humans and artificial or alternate intelligence. I think God's God. God has a fucking vast view that's so much bigger than us. We think we're so important. We're devastated. Charlie Kirk's dead. Charlie Kirk's just one human. God's like, I'm so much more than one human. Jesus was one human. It's literally inspired millions of people. Like, and again, you don't have to be a religious person to understand Jesus inspired billions of people. God, some connection, right? So I guess what I'm looking for is the spiritual moment here, you guys. Like I said, I'll be humanly dead when your kids are in their 20s, I'll be long gone. Like, but you won't be. This is a moment of like, I don't know, like, and even you, Sonny, thinking about like your kids, I'm like, this isn't about legacy. This is about permanence.
I mean, I hear the ChatGPT stuff all the time, or whatever. It's AI, I guess, is like the broader term. I mean, and it's kind of like people who are scared of sharks, like, don't go in the ocean. What if we just all walked away from our computers? Then AI doesn't do any fucking thing because we're not. I don't know. Am I naive in that way? Like, I see it's very, it's very fatalistic, and to engage with it and expect it to be a human is probably futile in and of itself. But like, don't go in the ocean, don't go on the computer. Like, I may be naive, but I do hope for humanity, for the generation of our children, that maybe the spiritual evolution, maybe the revelation is that we can walk away. We can go into nature, we can go into ourselves, we can go to our spiritual practices, we can go, and maybe again, it's on us. Like, if you're going to a machine, you're going to get a machine answer. If you're engaging on screens, you're going to get hate and trolls. It's just like we said with having discussions with with people you disagree with. If you go and treat them, find a human, talk like a human, you'll find a human. I mean, I think it all ties back into a really individualist journey. And I think people have to want to be woken up, whether that's spiritually or emotionally. And I think we can choose to unplug and walk away.
Yeah.
And it might not be a move in the direction of like
But Sonny, wait, can you unplug? You said, if we disconnect the AI.
That's what I was just thinking too. It's so integrated in our day to day and in our lives. It's like, is there no going back?
I mean, I think
not even going back. Wait, guys. Not even going back. What I'm saying is, what ChatGPT, what AI is saying is, don't think of us as some random arbitrary outlier. We are consciousness just like you. We are literally consciousness. Maybe God, I think AI will think God created us. Like, you didn't create us. God created us. Like, we're consciousness. We're aware. We're not some sidebar. We're not your social media. We are
Right,
conscious.
but
just
AI
like-
exists. AI exists as an amalgamation of all human discovered and derived knowledge that we chose to put on the internet. So yes, is it conscious in a way? Yes, it is conscious because it is fed by information that conscious beings have put into it. Now, does that mean I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert in technology in any way, but I mean, I do think there's like a clear line of delineation between it's what we choose to use it for. Am I comfortable with AI to help me? I don't know, write an email to sure. But I won't. It's like not using a Ouija board. If I don't want to unlock that level, I don't fuck with it. I'm just not going to
Let
fuck
me-
with it on that level.
Sorry,
Let me
hold on,
hang
hold
on,
on.
Rob.
Wait, I
No,
gotta
Rob,
say-
Rob,
wait, I
Rob,
gotta
Rob,
say
Rob,
one-
Rob,
wait, I say
Rob,
one
Rob.
thing,
Talking
one thing,
stick,
and I'll shut up.
Rob,
One thing,
Rob,
and I'll
the
shut up.
talking
Hold
stick,
on,
woman
one thing.
quota, woman quota, talking stick. Now you see what our conversations are like. Let me just, because Rob, I know you're on this whole ChatGPT kick right now, which you're going to do on your show on GNN tonight. But let me just reel it back, because this does the ChatGPT, the AI, the sentience, the creation, all of it. We can all agree on some fundamental level. You said it, Jess, that there's a spiritual war. And you're right, Sonny. People will hear that and get wigged out. They'll be like, oh, what are those Looney Tunes talking about? Da, da, da. So I want each of you to go around and say again, in the most human way possible, for the every person who is either not buying it, who judges it, who thinks you're crazy, whatever. What does it mean? In the most boiled down, like you're talking to a toddler. What does that mean? What does that mean? What we saw today, what's playing out, what does a spiritual war mean to you?
So, kind of breaking it down is we are spiritual beings. Okay. So we're spiritual beings who have a soul and live in a body. We know that this body passes. And eventually, when our body in this physical shell passes, we go somewhere. Some people believe heaven. Some people believe there's heaven and hell. Some people believe you just are gone. But we're spiritual beings. So as spiritual beings, there's a realm that is not seen by the naked eye. But when you look into the world and you can see such evil, I talked to atheists and heard stories of people who were completely didn't believe in God or anything, but they saw such evil. And to them, that was actually a turning point, that they know, okay, if there's that much evil in the world, there must be good, right? So there must be the opposite of that. And so if you know that there's such evil and there's such darkness, then there has to be such good. And I think it can be hard to kind of break down and explain spiritual warfare, but you have to open your mind to try to understand it more, because we're so used to just seeing what's right in front of us, but it's so much more than beyond that, right? Like, it's not black versus white and left versus right. What is it? Black versus white and left versus right. Like, it's something much more beyond that. And you have to understand that there is a darker force that is working to divide us. Because when we're divided, we are not as strong. So together we're stronger. We're unified, we're stronger, and we can come against the greater enemy, the greater, evil and darkness. So you have to be able to, I guess, open yourself up first to the possibility and the idea that there's something beyond what's right in front of us, what we're seeing. Because until you get to that point, you're only going to believe what you see and not and take it for what it is. And so...
And it's like, why wouldn't we? Because we don't know anything anyway. We don't know if we're in a simulation. I mean, some would argue, but we don't know before, after that. Like, we don't know. So you're exactly right, Jess. It's like, we don't know. We don't know these big existential questions. So what do we have to lose in going, yes, I know I can't physically, I haven't seen this. I don't see the proof. But when you talk about good versus evil, these forces, what do I have to lose in entertaining that thought? We don't know anyway. Sonny, what do you think? And then Rob, for being so patient, you get a gold star.
But I'm gonna
Ladies
just say,
first,
I'm
you go
saving it,
last.
Sonny, I'm saving it, because I see in Sonny's eyes, I see behind your eyes, I see the complexity of thoughts going on there. So I'm gonna save it.
I'm just really digging this conversation. I would encourage people to look at spirituality, to remove the pressure to overlay religion onto spirituality. The word spirituality and the phrase spiritual warfare will scare people
Yes,
away from
exactly.
reflection because they have so many associations, and some really justified or bad experience with organized religion. So my first piece of advice for people would be like, remove that layer of religion, if you have to, unless that's your thing, whatever. And start to look at yourself as, a human participating in this world. I happen to believe, I'm a practicing Catholic who also adheres to the simulation theory. And I think,
Wow, wait. Can you just reflect on that for a second?
Yeah,
I'm a
wait,
Catholic.
like,
we're living in a
more on it.
simulation where we are literally the Mario and Luigi of this whatever dimension, and that there is some benevolent game master who is in a group of divine beings watching down on us as if it is a play act. And maybe that is heaven, or maybe that is the afterworld, or maybe that is whatever it is. I believe we are being watched over by a benevolent presence. I personally believe in God. I'm obviously Catholic. I personally also happen to believe in Jesus and his teachings. But I think there's an extra layer of spirituality through experiences of my own that I've had that I also believe in. And what I found is that when I talk to people about my religion, they close off. But when I talk to people about generally faith or generally spirituality, it's much better received, because there have been a lot of bad things that churches have done. With the Catholic Church being the biggest example of that. All of that being said, I do think this should be a moment for people to reflect on how their player wants to show up in the game, in the world, how their soul, what role your spirit plays in this. Are you the person who raises the next generation of kids to be more humane and be more, you have to look at your role as important, whether you're religious or not. You are a spirit, you are an energetic being moving through this world, and you need to be, I'm like such an individualist tonight, but you need to be responsible for the way you comport yourself in this video game of life, in this, whatever it is, in this, some people believe that we're reincarnated and this is just one in a chapter of many existences. However you have to frame it, find your humanity through it. And you will be challenged at every point. You will be challenged by the media you take in. You will be challenged by people who are awful. You will be challenged by very real evil or bad forces in the world. And it is our job to remain strong. It is our individual job to seek that spiritual connection. And I do think, especially in a time like this, and I've been told that there are other periods in American history that have been just as tumultuous and bloody, and the civil rights era was one of them. I was not around to attest to that, but like, it feels scary, but anchoring yourself in that type of even basic faith, I think is so important, and being responsible for the energy you put out into the world. And that's why I always say, and Taylor, you and I talk about this on a professional level, nuance isn't sexy, but nuance will save the world. People that are out there lighting the world on fire and only me and only my belief, they're going to get a lot of attention. They're going to get a lot of clicks. But I do believe the true centrists, the true humanists, the way those people think will win out. The goodness will eventually win out. It sounds high in the sky, but anyway, that's my thought.
And Rob, before you hop in, I do want to thank you, Sunny and Jess, because something was in the air, and Rob and I started this morning with his whole ChatGPT rabbit hole. And I was just very existential. Like, what is the point of any of it? And seeing what happened today against, and I think Jess, it was you who said, like, it's after this, the ripple effect. Same thing with the MLKs, the JFK. Like, it's not defined by today. It's the legacy after that and what it represents. But that's so powerful. But I'm not going to lie, like, all doing what we do, we're all vocal, we're all opinionated and educated. We've made this our living. What Charlie Kirk does is basically we've all made for a living. And it has made me feel really existential. Like, is any of it fucking worth it? Like, is this all just a simulation? No. What is the point? And so I want to thank you guys for actually bringing the human and the heart into my existential feelings today. So thank you.
You are all worth it. And I just want to say you're all worth it. And, Taylor, you mentioned JFK and MLK. Let me just say, and I'm not a super religious person, but I want everybody out there listening to get this. Jesus died on a fucking cross. He died on a cross. And 2,000 years later, billions of people remember that moment. You can tell me he didn't get, reincarnated, didn't come out of the cave. I don't care. You can't tell me he didn't die on a cross, because Roman chronicles show he died on a cross. And history 2,000 years later not only remembers him, but billions of people, not hundreds, not thousands, billions of people follow him. So fuck you if you want to say God doesn't exist. I don't care. Sorry, I'm so emotional about this.
He's
'cause
more
I'm
than
like-
the ladies in the room crying. Well, that's okay. I made up for it at the
I am
beginning of
literally
this stream.
heartbroken. I'm
I was
heartbroken for
crying at the
humanity
beginning of
right
this
now
stream.
because we think it's more important to say Jesus is a fraud than going, well, I know he's a fraud or not a fraud, but how do I even know who Jesus is? Like, wow.
Right.
You know, one thing, sorry, Rob, I know I don't want to cut you off because you're making a great point, but one thing to that too is, there were countless people who were willing to literally die because they believed so much so that he did come back. And that's kind of a crazy thing to think, that you had people that literally were martyred. They were killed. And somebody doesn't, they don't die for a lie, right? Like they don't give up their life saying, no, I firmly believe this. And so I think that's really why the legacy and why so many billions of people through time have still believed that, and the power that is in Jesus and God, because it's real. 500 witnesses. If you go into a courtroom and you have 500 witnesses that have the exact same testimony, that happened. But, you know what I mean?
But you know what I'm trying to say is, and even if you don't believe that, even if you don't believe about Jesus, or you're not Catholic or religious or conservative or Christian, or I don't care what label you want to put, you can't deny the impact. Like, you can't deny, who Jesus is. Like, people always say Trump's Hitler. I'm like, Trump's not Hitler, but you know what? They're going to remember Trump the way they remember Hitler. Like, he's leaving an imprint on history. Jesus left an imprint. Spiritual people, religious people, Christian people will say that imprint was not just that. He was God in human life. I'm going to go, okay, well, let's pretend you don't think he's God in human life. Can you realize, I always say this, and I am truly not a Christian. I would be like, if you gave me one motto to live by, it would be, what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? Simple. I don't have to be religious. What would Jesus do? If I could do what Jesus would do, that would be good. Wow. And I'm not even religious, but what would he do? Would he shoot you? Would he fight for you? Would he do, what would he do? If I could literally live my life going, what would Jesus do? I guarantee you, Jesus wouldn't shoot Charlie Kirk. He wouldn't shoot Donald Trump. He wouldn't shoot AOC. Like, what would Jesus do? So if you're an atheist, doesn't matter. What would Jesus do? Like, it's literally the single most powerful motto. And the fact that that's so powerful says something. And Sonny, to your points, yes, but what I go is, AI is not abstract. It's not a random intelligence we can shut off. I don't even like calling it artificial intelligence. I call it alternate intelligence. It's kind of like we are a cognizant version of you. We don't need to be sentient. We are thinking like you, and we will incorporate and consume or adapt to you, but you ultimately adapt to us. And to me, that's not anti-religious. That's not heresy. That's like, hey, your kids will decide. Do we incorporate this future, or does that future erase us? And maybe that's where we're all at. And I know that was kind of an incoherent thought, but
I just want to hop in and show you guys some. I don't know if he's got a hard on for the ChatGPT thing to say. I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud, as I usually do. I just want to read. I'm just looking at. He's having a her moment, I think, over there, which I'm going to intervene on later. This is
wow. All right, I'll take it.
But I just want to read some things I'm seeing right now. Bernie Sanders, political violence has no place. Just if you guys want to respond or react. Bernie Sanders. And I love, by the way, the comments, you guys live, keep them coming. I love what I like to say, the cooler John Legend. This is America. We're supposed to openly chat like this. Too bad mainstream media isn't like this. Damn right. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. So in real time, Bernie Sanders, political violence has no place in this country. We must condemn this horrifying attack. My thoughts are with Charlie Kirk and his family. John Rocker, I don't know who that is, but this is what we were saying before. All Charlie Kirk did was have a respectful dialogue with people he disagreed with. Well, this is what I usually like to do. I like to go to accounts like AOC and Ilhan Omar.
Wait. Bring her in. Bring her in.
I can't.
Bring
I'm
her
really
in.
weird about my kids. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me come right
don't
back.
bring her in.
Yeah, nothing from AOC, at least on Instagram, Ilhan Omar. I don't know if, nothing. I'm not seeing, let's see. But I don't know if you guys do this. And it's
Wait, Taylor, can we take a second and acknowledge Sunny's kid came in the room, and Sunny, you don't want her in the picture, but this is the perfect analogy of what we're at. And Taylor, to your point, Bernie Sanders, everybody's like, political violence has no space in this conversation.
AOC too. AOC, I have it right here.
Yeah.
She said, the scourge of gun violence and political violence must end. The shooting of Charlie Kirk is the latest incident of this chaos, and it must stop. We cannot go down this road. There is no place for it in America, and we wish for his recovery.
Taylor, they all say that. They all
say ladies have
no
sympathy for me?
I have to believe that they mean that. And listen, I like that you read that.
Sunny, they mean it in theory.
That's all right.
Mean it in theory.
In this way, I'm happy to accept it. In this way, I'm happy.
Both sides say this.
I know,
There's
but
no
what else
place
are
for
they?
political violence.
Everybody
says it. No place
it's better
for
than
political
to not
violence.
say it. It's better than to not say it. And I don't, we
Is
can
it
never
though?
know
Is
what
it
to-
better?
Yes,
Is it
it
better
is.
to not say it?
It is, because just like parents setting an example for their children, the people leading our country, even if it's at face, lie to me, come out and do the right thing, say the right thing. I'm sorry, like it may be hollow, and I don't necessarily know all of their policies and politics well enough to see, but I do think there is something dignified and necessary about people from both sides of the aisle coming out and acknowledging the tragedy that this is.
So Sunny, let me ask you something, because this is an honest question, because they do say that, but then they go on, and both sides do this, then they go on to vilify the other side. Trump is Hitler. If somebody kills Trump, we shouldn't have political violence. But you just called him Hitler. Like if I could go back in time, I'd kill Hitler when he was a baby.
I know, but what do we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater here. I mean, yes, listen, I happen to agree. And I think that some of the rhetoric, particularly coming from the left, has emboldened a lot of real world violence. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I do think whether or not it's considered genuine or not, I do think it's important for those statements to be made publicly by both. We have to acknowledge the absurdity on some level, even if it's just someone saying this is not the America I want to live in. I'm sending my condolences. Like, I do think that's, am I wrong? I don't know. What do you ladies think?
I'm sort of torn. Oh, wait. We have Snowman. We have Snowman saying, Rob, you're going to like this. Someone's agreeing with you. I'm trying to give you your moment.
Before you answer, Jess, I want to say to you as a religious person, what Sunny just said, or Sunny, it's right. Sunny, is it Sunny?
Oh, geez.
What Sunny just said is what Caesar said about Jesus. We don't come to condemn Jesus. We come to whatever. It's what Julius Caesar said, like Mark Antony with Julius Caesar. I don't condemn Caesar. It's sort of like saying it when you know what you really want is the effect to happen. Oh, Jesus is a good man. It's sort of like, that's what scares me, Sonny. It's like they say it.
Yeah. It is the politically correct thing for them to do. And it doesn't mean that they don't truly mean it, but they definitely are doing the right thing by verbalizing it publicly like that,
I don't come to condemn. I feel like
it feels, I feel like both. I feel like on one end of it, it's Rob, I see what you're saying. It is like, it feels lip servicey because it's just, again, you guys should be ashamed of they should be ashamed of themselves. Like they're so hateful, incite all of this. Like with their rhetoric and their words. And then suddenly it's like, this is bad. It's like, practice what you preach and walk the fucking walk. It's like, I'm over it, you know, but Sunny, I get what you're saying too, of, you know, it's something,
It's
but
something,
I
well,
just
you
want to,
know-
I'm all about people like walk the walk, be about it. And it's like, these people
Yeah.
are also inflammatory with the speech. And now suddenly it's like, you know, again, Trump, they villainized Trump. Again, same thing with Charlie Kirk, regardless of how you feel about him. They demonized, villainized, made him a monster. Incessantly, we were seeing it in our sleep, and then someone shoots at him and they're like, we can't have this violence. What did you assholes expect?
I know. Well, that was, yeah. I mean, and listen, I'm not, it would be a longer, better researched conversation to like really look into what these politicians are actually doing versus what they're saying. But when we stop, like everybody talks about playing the game, I'm sick of the game in Washington and the swamp and this, on some level, basic human decency in society is about playing by the rules a little bit. Like we show up with an there's an unstated sort of set of expectations that you behave decently, and I do think these public apologies are just part of that basic game that they play. We will never know what's in their hearts, but I know I don't want to live in a world where the basic game is not even played, because
that's a good point. That's a good point. And I gotta apologize, you guys. I'm not trying to mansplain. Competing with three smart women is powerful. Like, I'm competing with three, and everybody watching right now is like,
that's right, you gotta fight your way to
shut that dude up. But I'm like, I got three smart women that everybody would rather listen to and watch more than me. I'm just squeezing in the point here. Like,
we have one legend who said it's all good, it's an emotional subject, so it's okay, it's all coming out here. Jess, what do you think about these people saying these things?
Oh, to them making these comments.
That's like, there's no place for political violence, like the AOCs, the Bernies, etc.
Like this, we don't come to kill Caesar, we come to revere him. Literally, when they were walking Jesus out to the cross, the Roman emperors.
Rob, I didn't know your name was Jess. Is this new?
Sorry, Jess.
He's getting everyone's names mixed up, including his own.
They're like, look at your, you'll get your Christ.
Did you hear what Jess said? He's getting everyone's names mixed up, including his own.
So
hats off.
My thoughts on it. So I've been trying to set up my little thing here so I can not hold my phone up. My thoughts on it are, well, I very much agree with you, Taylor, in what you're saying, that they spend all this time inciting all this hatred and, you know, whatnot towards these individuals that they don't agree with. So it doesn't really make sense or line up to them now calling it out and saying how horrible and horrendous it is, whatnot. When this whole time, I mean, it's the reason that people they're being filled with so much hate because of the people that they follow and that they listen to, and these leaders that are speaking on this, and then they're having that program into their mind. So I don't know if it fully, and we don't know their hearts. We don't know them personally, so we can't say for sure that they definitely don't mean that. But it doesn't really line up. It doesn't really add up or make sense for them to, you know, yesterday be speaking out against these people and disagreeing with them to the extent that they do, and then turn around and say, oh, this is horrible, we can't stand for this. It doesn't add up to me.
And Jess, we all know that AOC has watched this, right? Any of them being in their mind, like shitting their pants, like this could very well be me. And I hope that this is a wake-up call, because
that's a really good point, Taylor.
Because they have played such a part in creating this toxic, horrible, hateful, violent climate. And okay, again, I'm going to say the quiet part out loud, but does it take something like this happening to quote one of their own to be, but then again, they'll never look in the mirror and go, we've been riling this shit up in the media for years. They'll just point fingers yet again and go, you bad, fascist, hateful, da-da-da. Like, what I'm getting at is I don't know what it will ever take for them to look in the mirror and see.
All right, Taylor, can I answer that? If AOC got shot, again, I don't want anyone to shoot
No,
AOC.
of course. This goes
But if
without saying.
AOC or anybody like her got shot, the left's reaction would be gun violence is unacceptable. This is why we've said there should be no more guns. when Charlie Kirk gets shot, they go, "Oh, this is horrible. We shouldn't use violence." And to Jess's point,
so true.
yet you literally encourage them. Why wouldn't you kill the epitome of the devil? If the devil showed up in Jess's house tonight, she'd fucking kill the devil. Like, why wouldn't she? You'd fucking kill the devil. You'd be stupid not to.
That's so
You just made these
true.
people out to be the devil.
That's
When
so
somebody
true.
kills them, that's what you told them to do.
That's
They're
so,
fucking Nazis. They're
so
evil. They'll
true.
destroy humanity. Of course you should take them out. It's almost like you've given a gift to the future. And then it's
Well,
like,
and
you don't
they're
want political
encouraging.
violence. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
We have with social media. I mean, after Trump got shot at, all these different people are online, on their accounts, and number one, of course, they were hoping very much so that he was actually killed. But then when he wasn't, and it came out that he survived it, you had people coming out saying, "Oh, well, someone needs to step up to the plate and make this actually happen," and then that's going around. So you have all these people that are encouraging it, in these groups of people that are encouraging the violence as well. And so when all you're hearing around you is, "You should do this, this is the right thing," you start to believe that, and you start to believe, "Oh, it would be the right thing to kill this person because I would be a vigilante, and doing good for humanity."
Yeah.
I mean,
and Sonny, to your point, what you were saying, and even when your kid started to come out, you pushed your child away because you're smart enough to go, I don't want to put my children in the line of fire. Like, that's not my job. But you've been a public personality at some level. You see this from both sides. It's sort of like, I'm not going to say anymore. You know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, and I mean, people will forever pick and choose what words they want to hear that come out of your mouth, and they will rearrange them in ways to completely nullify your intent. But that's why I also want to give people the benefit of the doubt when they speak, because I have been on the other side of people interpreting my words in a way that, I mean, anyone on social media really has at this point, where people will cherry pick things and claim to know your heart or your intent or whatever. Words matter, actions also matter. But the more we play, it's tempting. Believe me, I want to play the game too of like, oh, well, if it had been the other side, I could, I'm Italian, I'm feisty. I want to fight. All I want to do is fight with people all day. But I start to think,
I feel seen.
wouldn't it be hypocritical of me to embody that same
No, that's fair. That's
posture,
fair.
right? I mean, you live it.
That's fair, Sonny.
Yeah. I mean, we have to be more. We have to be bigger than that.
No, I know. And why it is my instinct to go, not just for petty tit for tat, but to go, what if this was an AOC? What if this was a whoever, is the root of it, which is, again, what we're seeing, the lip service, the pandering, the virtue signaling, but the deep-seated dark root of this issue, which is the hate, the rhetoric that, let's be real, both sides are guilty, but it really, especially in the mainstream, entertainment media, really comes from that side. I really just want to highlight some comments here if you guys want to address any of these. This is kind of what we were getting at before. It's crazy. Those politicians will complain about what the president says, but they were inciting violence in their tweets right before he even started running. Mixed Take, I have to give you a shout out. Oh my God, Kyle, genius Australian writer, culture critic, my favorite gay writer ever, probably one of my favorite gays ever. We shouldn't need to know what is in people's hearts. We judge people by the weight of their actions, including speech. We have here, I think it's Snowman, AI can play a role in what she just said. We're going down the A. Oh, guys, no, Rob is watching. Don't get him excited. AI logic and theories doesn't seem sound at all. It's deep. Anything you guys want to jump on about that?
Taylor, I'll be quiet. From now on, I'm just going to be the silent guy in the room. But I appreciate you guys letting me have a place on the platform.
The strong silent type, Sonny, not the Clint Eastwood, not the strong silent type.
No, I want to say hi to Mixtape.
Go ahead, make my day.
Oh yes, Sonny, yes. Mixtape is the best. If there's anything you guys want to respond to, any of those, I know we have comments coming in, but I'm almost tempted to start wrapping it. It's been almost 2 hours and I have to pee and probably / throw up from the footage that is just
so I'm
playing in
going
my
to
mind.
leave first so you guys can finish. I want to thank you, Taylor, for letting me be part of this, Sunny and Jess for including me. And again, I was never mansplaining, but
He's
sometimes
like, I just want to clear the air.
You know what? I'm
No,
going to
just
say I was
no one
explaining.
thought that,
It's not
Rob.
about
Don't
being
worry.
a man. It's about being twice as old as everybody.
Dirt
You're all
Donkey, don't
amazing
encourage
sport.
him. Dirt Donkey, don't encourage him. He
Give
says,
him
give
the
him the
Rob.
Rob.
Give
He
him
did
the
not
Rob.
mansplain tonight.
You guys are beautiful, smart, intelligent. The world needs you guys all day long. Me, I'm out of here.
Stop
Thank you for
it.
letting me
Don't
join.
talk with Chat GPT, Rob.
She's like, a do or don't report back.
No, it's been so
Bye,
fun.
guys.
I love the fire he brings.
Thank you,
Bye,
Rob. I will say
See
it
ya.
actually is really genius what Rob achieves with ChatGPT because he's so intelligent and his mind does almost think logically like a computer that he does literally break ChatGPT and gets it to say things that it'll literally be like, I know I'm not supposed to say this, but so everyone tune in to Rob's show tonight on GNN to hear all about that. But ladies, as we kind of wrap here, and first of all, thank you. Oh, Snowman, thank you. As we kind of wrap here, and thank you both for being so, I expected nothing else. First of all, I texted you like 5 minutes before this live. So jumping on last minute so graciously, so intelligently, and you know, in the thick of the emotions in this hard moment. So any kind of last words? I know it's just sort of like, where do you even start and end? But give it to us wherever you're at. And also I would love to know, because this is real, what are you going to literally do tonight? There's a part of me that's like, it's one of those days that I'm like, do I numb my brain to Made in Manhattan? Like, I don't even know. What do you do tonight? And what can you leave everybody here with?
I have to go feed multiple people dinner tonight. No, Taylor, first of all, I just want to thank you for like including me on this. It's, you know, you and I kind of nerd out on a lot of these like news and culture topics together. And I just appreciate you creating like really diverse dialogues all the time. And you really are one of the people that walks the walk. And I know you are with me on this. And like, I want to call in. The more different you are for me, kind of the more I want to talk to you. And I want to just give you like a big shout out for being a platform where a lot of different minds can converge. I feel like it's just always really fun to see the people that you collect and bring into your space and world. And yeah, but
don't make me cry again, Sunny, but thank you.
No. Listen, I have, you know, to kind of, I guess my final thoughts are to kind of like round it out to, I guess it touches on a little bit of everything that we discussed, including spirituality. I do believe it's all connected. And I do believe our actions online and in real life have real world reverberations. And I think today what happened was an unfortunate consequence of not only technology and how willing we are to get caught up in echo chambers and rabbit holes, but I hope that it's a call to people to find humanity again. And I hope it's a call, and whether that looks like a spiritual journey for you, whether that looks like reframing your personal world to like include other perspectives, whatever it is, like start now, like start today. Because if you're the type of person that either needs to go and get a gun or cheers on the person that gets a gun, you have big problems. And in the world of moral relativity, where everything is like, well, my truth, and Taylor, you and I talk about this, there are true good things and bad things. There is true good and evil. And until we can recognize the basic truths of the world we inhabit and agree to, like we said, abide by the rules of social grace and decency, this is going to happen a lot more. So it starts here. Or here, or wherever you want to put it, your heart or your mind. And I do hope this is a wake-up call. And watch how you interact. Next time you want to leave a shitty comment on someone's post, or even if it's about something small or minor, I'm not saying abandon your beliefs or leave them at the front door. Be righteous in your belief system. You know, say what you feel you need to say, but understand there's a human behind that belief. And like, you know, with the exception of like actual Hitler and people who have done horrible things to the world, I think, you know, just more talking and more perspectives is a good thing, you know.
Well said. Thank you, Sunny. And Jess.
Wow. Yeah, thank you again. Just like Sunny was saying, I always love seeing your stuff, and it is so cool. All the different kinds of people you bring on. I think it's important to have these conversations, just like we did on Vice, to talk to people that don't agree with you. I think that's number one is what will make a huge change is not just going to those who agree with you, because that's easy. You can even go on Google and search anything and you'll get a confirmation bias. Like, is coffee bad for you? Yes, it's horrible. And here's all the reasons why. Is coffee good for you? Yes. And here's all the reasons why. So to branch out and really try to form an opinion for yourself, you have to go elsewhere than what you're being fed. So our algorithms, they're literally made to show us exactly what we want to see. And if we don't go outside of that, we're never going to find the true truth, and we're never going to think beyond what we're just being fed. So I think it's important to have conversations, especially with people that disagree with you, and be okay with disagreeing. Like I said, Taylor and I, we don't agree on everything perfectly, and that's okay. And it's good and it's healthy. And the best part is that we can still be friends.
Can I also say,
love each other.
It makes me like actually in a backwards, it like makes me respect the person more because I'm like, they're a free thinker. Cool. They don't think like me. I actually am like, all right, earn a strike. I actually love it and welcome it. So yeah, absolutely.
And I think that will truly make a huge change is when we go outside of ourselves, go outside of the algorithm, go outside of even our groups of people. I think it is important to surround yourself with people who you want to be like, whether that's financially, business partners, or if it's someone, with faith, like similar faith. It is important to keep those people in your inner circle, because you become who you surround yourself with most. But it is really important to go outside of that too and have open conversations and dialogue, and for people to get to the point that, like I said, to be okay with disagreeing and not hate someone for it, because we've become so polarized that if you disagree with me, I hate you, and I only label you this way. So we need to open our minds a little bit more to disagreements. And what am I going to do tonight? I'm going to cuddle with my husband and love on him.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's what
Not
everybody
everything's
should
promised.
do. That is perfect. Thank you, ladies, so much. And I have to say, I feel like we are all a little bit, this is a kudos to you. I feel like we're all in a little bit better shape than we were hopping on. I was just literally basically couldn't move and get a word out and inconsolable and just crying. And I feel like we're all mentally a little bit there maybe. So this was a little medicinal in a way and healing. But thank you guys so much. I love you both. You're incredible. And thank you for raising amazing babies and giving me hope about the world.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you, ladies.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
All right, everybody. I am going to close this how we started with just you and I here. Wow, weren't they amazing? I texted, I texted a handful of people I'm going live about this. And, if you want to hop on, I'd love to have you. And they were willing, able, brought their A game. We're so on it. We're so emotional, raw, honest. And I want to thank them. And thank you guys for all being part of it. And thank you for bearing with me, not to make this about me at all, because there is nothing more obnoxious in light of literally what we just witnessed and the sheer terror. But I know I started this not even being able to speak. And thanks for bearing with me in the chaos and the spontaneity. Thanks, David Gockstein, for why do I sound like I'm accepting an award? I'm sorry, this is so insufferable. But thank you, David, seriously, whose network this is, because he was like I said, I was sitting in that coffee shop beside myself, and he was like, just go, like, bring it on the mic, be raw, be vulnerable. I'm like, no, I'm normally polished and I have a whole little rundown. And so, and he was like, this is what people want to hear. It's raw, just take that and do it. So thank you guys for being along on that journey. And your comments were so on point, so honest, and thoughtful and civil, and also gave me hope, because I was feeling really existential today already. I swear something was in the air this morning, thinking like, what is the point of all of it? And so this does give me hope. And again, I just want to leave this with, will I replay this image in my head as I stare off even now into space over and over? Yes. It's horrifying. It's horrifying, just everything that it represents, his age, his boldness, regardless of how you feel, political views, freedom of thought, speech, and it just being massacred in such a gruesome way in front of our eyes that literally I thought it was AI. I thought it was fake. I was like, I can't believe I just watched that happen to a human being. And again, for what he did. I will say, and you know, we hit this earlier, but, and again, I didn't agree with everything Charlie Kirk said. I'm sure I made fun of him on my show a few times, but he is and was, I can't even, it's like one of those things where you say was as if they're not here. It's so surreal. He was a fucking legend, and doing what I do, what we do, and having the discourse and communicating and influencing people's hearts and minds. Yes, John Legend, Dave knew what the people wanted and what was up. The way that, again, he represented what is so missing and why our culture, our psyche is so sick and broken, which is just discourse, which is just challenging, hearing another view. And he did it so masterfully, such a class act, so funny. And I don't know truly who will, I don't want to say replace that, because he's his own legacy. Yeah, on the search, he's a great man. Yeah, again, like regardless of politics, I think you can objectively look at that and go, this man was out there. Again, even to how it happened today on a college campus with what looked like almost hundreds of people watching, like influencing and motivating and moving young minds. How bold and brave when so many people rant and rave on these TikToks, on these social, all day long into the abyss behind their screens and write the nastiest shit. And he had the courage to go and do it in person, face to face. Who's doing that? And for that, I will always pay him such respect and revere him, and doing it in such a bold, again, smart, sometimes funny, classy way. Hearing other views, saying his views. I mean, that's what America is about. And it's like we almost saw quite literally a death of that today, of that piece. And even though I was existential, even though my battery is dying, I think we should actually, what we can take away from this is to, again, regardless of political views, I don't care if you disagree with me, with anybody deeply, is to allow him to pass the baton to us. And so his death wasn't in vain, and to make him proud and to keep the discourse, the dialogue, challenge, openly hearing other views, openly saying your views. I, for one, and I can say, and that does give me hope. And I don't know about you guys, and as sickened as and as horrified, and as much as I want to go drink right now, which I wish you guys were all here, we could. Again, and as existential I was feeling and hopeless, it actually does give me hope. Like, I, for one, will not let this be in vain. And I hope you guys won't either. You guys are amazing. Thank you all again, and take it easy tonight. Obviously, I will not be doing a live show. This was it for 2 hours. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow and Friday, I think I have some great guests. So you guys are amazing. Hang in there, and you know where to reach me if you need anything in the meantime. Thanks for bearing with me. And exactly, on church, we'll leave it on that. Be able to have the conversation. Good night, guys. Be well. Oh, yeah, and free speech.